so I can explain. So for those who don't know, last video I mentioned that I made a bet with a friend of mine named Desolate Space. So I am recording this on Sunday. For those who don't know or don't remember from last video, I have until 11:59 to upload the video. Now you may be asking, Riku, why are you recording so late? I was a little busy with work and a little busy with school. I didn't realize how fast the days have gone by until it was Thursday. When I was at work, I was like, oh, it's Thursday. I got about 3 days to upload a video or to even come up with an idea. So I have one explanation, and I'm not gonna lie. It's that funny little word, that little word called procrastinate. So I've been hooked on this game. Some of you may not have heard of it. It's a brand new game called Forza. So for those who don't know, it's a bit of a driving game, a little bit of a driving sim, depending on which Forza you're playing. I have never touched a racing game before. This is the first time I've ever touched any type of driving games, the first time I ever even attempted to look into games like this. I wanted to see what the interest was. So I hopped on Forza Horizon 5, decided to give it a try. Started to do a little bit of racing on it. I immediately got hooked. As someone who is semi-new to driving and is barely starting to get into cars, I started to see the fascination with it. So I started to play more. Friday came around and I realized I had downloaded and swapped over to Forza Motorsport, in which I had ended up before every work shift been non-stop racing on that game. Every shift, or not every shift, my apologies, before work, every single time I was on Forza Motorsports. Every single time I was racing, learning new things. So I was trying my best to learn about stuff, trying to beat my time. Even got to play online with some other players. I didn't realize how fast the time went. So let me go ahead and get started. For those who don't know or are not into cars, Forza Horizon especially is definitely a good one. It's a good little, what's the word? It's not a racing sim, but it's definitely a fun game if you want to drive around. It gives a bit more of a street racing vibe while also doing cross track and all these other types of racing. So it's a lot of fun to test out different cars that might interest you, cars that don't really interest you. So I decided to give it a try. As someone who doesn't really play, I didn't think I would get as much into it as I thought I did. And one of the things I can say that is very captivating about Forza as a whole, I don't have a PS5, so I don't get to try Gran Turismo as many other people would, and what many other people would probably recommend. So I only have Forza to be able to try out. I can definitely say I have learned a little bit more about cars as far as parts and what they do and what you could do to alter parts to create different outcomes. And I enjoyed learning how things work. I enjoy seeing how different components create this big ol' finished product. So learning about this and learning about all the parts and how they can either increase how you turn around the corner, how you speed up, how your braking distance, even learning about how different parts can affect it to a certain degree was very fascinating to me. But the one thing I could say that I enjoy about Forza is definitely being in a driver's seat, being able to do the first person, being able to do the over the shoulder type view, being able to really just kind of mindlessly drive with some music, just casual music. Definitely an experience for sure. It's equivalent to taking a stroll, you know, just enjoying your time, just relaxing. So I think that was definitely one of the main reasons why I got into Forza as much as I did recently, as far as the last couple of days, is that it was definitely a relaxing experience that I definitely needed between the work and school load that I currently have going on to next semester coming up. I would like to put out, if you haven't tried Forza Horizon or even Motorsports, to give it a try. Even if you're not into driving, what's the harm in trying a new game? Especially if you have the Game Pass like I do. Definitely will be more content coming up. Be excited. Hopefully to see you guys next time. Bye everyone.